Good day to my Word Up family. Hope everybody is doing great. It is March the 27th, and we have two key verses today. There's not one, but two for your money today, and that is Joshua 15:63 and Joshua 15:63 and 16:10. Hopefully I said that correct. And there's a theme here that if you haven't noticed, you will certainly begin to notice in these few days of reading, and that is could not, did not, and would not. Those three little phrases there. And it refers to the Israelites could not, did not, and would not drive out the inhabitants of their land, the land that God was giving them, the land that God promised would be theirs. And this has puzzled me over the years, and perhaps if you have read for years as well, it's puzzled you, or perhaps this is brand new. This is a brand new time. You've never read through the Bible before, and you're thinking, why would you not take over? Because God has promised you all of these things. And I can kind of relate to them a little bit. First, let me just pause and go back and just mark your attention to March 16th. No, it's not March 16th. It's March the 10th. March the 10th, Numbers 33:55. But if you fail to drive out the people who live in the land, those who remain will be splinters in your eyes and thorns in your side. They will harass you in the land where you live. And I will do what I had planned to do to them. To you, to do to them. He's telling them, he's forewarning them, look, I'm promising you all this. I don't know how to make it any easier on you. You're going to have to take the land, but I'm going to give it to you. You got to have skin in the game. You got to have an investment of your own. You know, sometimes with our children, we give and 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 splurge to the point where they really don't know how to appreciate anything because they don't have any skin in the game. They don't have any money in the game. They don't have any investment in the game. Parents, that's something great to learn of young kids. Make sure they have an investment. Even if they're giving you $2 into the investment of a toy or an event, something, they're going to appreciate it so much more if they've put more of their money or sweat equity into something. And so that's what he's saying here is this is yours, but you're going to have to take it. And if you don't, those people that remain are going to be splinters in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and they're going to harass you the whole time that you live there. And that is prophecy God spoke over them, and it is prophecy that will be fulfilled. So if you are taking notes, mark that down. March 10th. It's on page, I don't know which Bible you're in. It's 277 in my Bible. I don't have my journal Bible with me. I have this older one here with me today. But it is Numbers 33:55. Because it's going to come true. And it already is coming true. And now let me just pick up to where I was before. I've been in the place where I know what God told me, but I'm just really tired. I'm tired. And they were just tired. And they allowed what they saw with their eyes to change what they knew with their heart. It's like, we can't take these people. let's just settle in. We can just subject them to service and to work, and it'll be just fine. God had promised them victory. He promised them his presence, and he promised that they wouldn't, he didn't promise them they wouldn't have to fight, but he did promise them victory. Sometimes we stop short of the promise because we're tired and we just don't want to do the work. Sometimes we allow what we see with our eyes to change what we know in our hearts. It's kind of hard to hear this today, isn't it? We know in our hearts certain things, but when we approach them, it appears different than what we were told in our heart, what we know in our heart, and what's been confirmed in our heart by God. We're tired. We're just going to give in. We're just going to give in. But I want us to walk away today from today's lesson equipped. Because what God promised them, he also promises us. He promises us victory. He promises us his presence. But he doesn't promise that we won't have to fight, that we won't have to have battles, because we are going to have battles in this world. This is not going to be easy peasy life when you become a Christian. I really thought that for many, many years. I really thought that until I really started growing in my faith. And the moment you start growing in your faith is the moment you're going to start realizing how difficult having faith is. Because you are going to have battles and you are going to have to fight. Stand your ground. Take over the territory that God promised you. Whether it might not be physical people, it might be in a battle of images, of things that happen to you, that you are having to, in seasons of your life, that you're having to take that ground back. He's given you freedom. He's given you forgiveness and free conscience and righteousness, but you're going to have to fight your flesh to take over that territory. And that's where the battles that are up here end up happening here in our head and in our heart. So the same thing he promised his people then, he promises his people now. And I wanted to equip you today and me today with these verses about victory and about his presence and about the battles that we face. He's always going to be with us. He is never going to leave or forsake us. He promises us victories. We are more than conquerors. We are overcomers. And we have victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. We can't go anywhere from his spirit, and we cannot flee we can't go anywhere without him. He is always with us, which is good when we're in times that are troublesome, but not good when we're doing things we shouldn't be doing, right? But he's always with us, and he's going to draw near to us when we draw near to him, and that we don't fight with flesh and blood. What is seeking to take over our mind and our heart? It's not flesh and blood. It's the spiritual rulers and authorities and powers of the darkness and of the spiritual forces of evil that are in this world. And there are spiritual forces of evil in this world. It is painfully obvious because of what is going on in our world today. You can't deny it. And he says that we can take heart, that he has overcome the world. He is in us, which means we too are overcomers. So when you get to that hard place in the road in your journey and you think, I can't do this, don't be stuck with the could not, would nots, and did nots. Don't stop short of the promise that God's made you. The promise of a free life, a full life, an abundant life. The promise of whatever specific thing that you and he have talked about and prayed about, and he's taking you there to that territory, and you're going to have to do the work to get there. So let's not be locked in. Let's not be landlocked into this place of, well, let's just settle in. The inhabitants here, the guilt is here, the shame is here. It's here. I'll just have to deal with it. He's saying no. Because they're going to be splinters in your sides and splinters in your eyes and thorns in your side. And they're going to harass you. Take over those because you can. Because greater in you is me. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.